Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Kevin with Robertson's Power and Sports. Today we're going to do a comparison to the Renegade Enduro to the Renegade Adrenaline and what's the difference between them and what's the right one for you. Let's get into it. Roll the intro. Alrighty, so here we have a 2023 Renegade Enduro and a 2023 Renegade Adrenaline. Many of you asked the question, what is the big difference, or what is the differences between the two? And do I need to step up to an Enduro, or does an Adrenaline suit me? Well, this video here, we're gonna jump right into that and explain the differences between the two and help you decide which machine is gonna be best for you and your needs. So let's go ahead and we're gonna start with the Renegade Adrenaline. This machine here, like I said, is a very popular machine. For those of you who want to go out, and it's a trail machine, go do some trail riding. For long days, you have multiple different motor options that you can get in the Adrenaline, a 600, an 850, a 900 turbo, 900 turbo R. Again, same engine choices when it comes to the Enduro as well. So basically, any motor you want to put in this thing, for whatever needs that you want, you can get it in both of these machines. One of the things looking from the front that you're going to notice right out of the gate is there's a different skis, okay? On this ski here, this is the Pilot TX ski. On the Enduro, you have an adjustable carbide. So as you turn this knob, what it does is it drives that carbide down into the snow a little bit more, or you can turn it counterclockwise and you'll bring it back up into the ski. What that's going to do for you, and that's going to be able to provide you with more or less lateral bite when turning. So as the day progresses and the snow gets looser, you go into the turn and it feels like you're turning the handlebars, but the machine just continues to want to go straight. Well, that snow loosens up and that could be a cause of that. So what you would do is you would just adjust these down a little bit, get a little bit more lateral bite, and it would help with that handling issue going into the turns. The Renegade Adrenaline does not have that option. This is just got your standard Pilot ski on it. So again, depending on the type of riding that you're doing, maybe you're the person that is constantly tweaking things, you maybe find that the Enduro is beneficial to you. The other nice thing too with those is there is a gauge right on the side of the right on the adjuster here. That way there you can set both skis up the same depth. You want to make sure, especially first thing in the morning when the trails are really hard packed, fresh tracks out in the morning, you don't have those carbides dug all the way down. You're gonna have way too much bite in the front. You're not gonna like it, and it can, if you go into a corner real fast, too much bite, you don't want that front end grabbing and causing you to get out of control. So the other thing that you're gonna notice in the front is the Enduro comes with what we call a medium windshield versus the Adrenaline has a low windshield. So this one here is 14 inches and this one's 17 inches. Not only is this one a little bit taller, but you go ahead and you get the side deflectors on it. You notice this one doesn't have any side deflectors here. They're built in right here on the side, okay? So if mirrors is a option that you want to go ahead and put on your machine, depending on which mirror you want, is going to determine which windshield you want or potentially which sled you're going to go with. So these here, these mirrors directly mount right to the side deflectors. On this machine, you would have to upgrade this windshield to a medium windshield in order to have those mirrors there. Or with the handguards, you can put the handguard mount mirrors, much smaller mirror, a lot smaller field of view out of it, but still functions as a mirror. A little bit sportier looking, as you can tell. You can go ahead and flip them out of the way if you didn't need to use them, or you're putting a cover on the machine. These ones here, if you're going to put a cover on the machine, you just simply go ahead and rotate them up out of the way. All right, so moving back a little bit, The gauge package is different. So on the Enduro, you're gonna get the little bit bigger gauge package. You're gonna have the ability to run the BRP Go app. You're gonna be able to control music connected through your cell phone. If you have Bluetooth in your helmet, you'll be able to listen to music and control everything right through that gauge and these controls right here. You're also gonna have on this machine standard a USB plug in the glove box. And this also has a cell phone holder in the glove box as well. That is heated, so when you do have your phone plugged in, it is going to keep the phone nice and warm and charged. That way there, you can, when you get to wherever you're going, you don't have a frozen phone. This machine does have the glove box on it, but it does not have a USB in there standard, and it does not have a cell phone holder in it. The other thing the Enduro comes standard with is an electric shield plug. Now, many of you now run an electric shield on your helmets. So if you do, keep in mind, you're gonna have to add that feature to this sled. Moving back a little bit, the Enduro comes standard with a heated seat. Now, many of you say, why do I need a heated seat on my snowmobile? And we all have that thought, and it's just like anything, right? You don't know what you're missing until you have it. Many people have gotten in a heated seat and they say, I absolutely love that. I probably wouldn't ride another sled without it. And it's not gonna burn you or anything, but it's just enough to kind of keep everything, keep your backside warm, okay? The Renegade Adrenaline does not come standard with that seat. It can be added as an accessory, but again, if that's something that's important to you, having that heated seat, that's something you would have to add to this machine. The other thing is suspension. Now, the front suspension, the shocks, all that stuff's the same. Where it really starts to differ is when you get into the rear suspension. The Enduro comes standard with an air-controlled shock in the back, air ride suspension. So at the push of a button, you can adjust how stiff or soft that rear shock is. If you want to make adjustments to the suspension on the Adrenaline, you're going to have to get underneath it and start making adjustments manually. So again, that air ride suspension is really going to benefit someone on those real long days, or maybe you're going to go ahead and put a 1+1 seat on there and you want to make quick adjustments to the sled without having to get underneath and wrench on it. That's where that air ride suspension is going to shine. And then also, if you're going down the trail and it starts to get real bumpy, you can make that adjustment right through the handlebars to stiffen that suspension or soften it as needed. The other big difference between the two of them is we start talking the tracks. The Enduro comes standard with an 1.25" ice ripper track. The Adrenaline comes just with an 1.25" ripsaw track. The difference between the two is the Enduro is going to have the studs built into the lugs, where this one here does not. So, which sled is the right one for you? It really all depends on what type of riding you're going to be doing and what you want out of the sled. I'll talk to many people and they say, I think I want an Enduro, and we start talking about all the differences, the upgraded gauge, the skis, the air ride suspension, the heated seat, the track. And many people say, none of that stuff really means anything to me. I think an Adrenaline is going to suit me better. I don't need all those bells and whistles. Perfect. Some people say they want the Adrenaline, and you get talking to them and they say, hey, I'm the type of person that's going to be going riding 200+ miles a day. I want maximum comfort in a trail sled. Well, let's start talking about the Enduro, because that's going to give you, right out of the gate, the bigger windshield, the heated seat, the air ride suspension, those things there which are going to help to add to the comfort for nice long rides. The Enduro is the ultimate trail touring sled. And when I say touring, I do not mean two-up. What I'm meaning is going out and doing trail touring. It's really for those long trips and to stay comfortable and to stay warm. Again, not that this is not comfortable or warm, but this here is for, again, trail riding and all that, but you're not going to have all the same bells and whistles on this standard than you are over here. The other difference between the two is how the reverse works in the 4-strokes. This one here is a push-button electronic reverse, where this one here is manual. You just gotta pull that lever. So again, if you're the person that wants all the bells and whistles, all the creature comforts, look no further than the Renegade Enduro. If you don't really feel you need all that extras, take a look at the Adrenaline. either way, you're gonna be happy with your decision. But we wanted to do this video, that way there we talk about the differences between the two. And keep in mind, you know, if you want an Adrenaline and you want to start adding all these other features as far as, you know, a heated seat and windshield, there's a cost obviously involved in all that. So just make sure you do your homework, talk to your salesperson, make sure you're getting you into the right sled for you and your needs. So that about wraps it up between these two sleds here. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, give us a call at 207-324-5502 or visit us online at robertsonspower.com. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that. Until next time, take it easy.